In the last video, we learned how to find and calculate the determinant of a 3 by 3 matrix. Let's use that information that we know to solve this problem. So here's a matrix. Show that A is non-singular for all values of P. So non-singular means the determinant is not 0. So let's find the determinant of this in terms of P, and let's see if we can show that it's never equal to 0. Well, we know how to calculate these determinants now. We run across the top row, so it's 2 times the determinant of the little submatrix here, which is P minus 2, 3P. Then it's minus 2, always goes plus minus plus, so minus 2, so plus 2 times the determinant of the submatrix when we ignore all the values in the same row and column as that minus 2. And that's 3 minus 2 minus 1 P. Then plus 4 times the determinant of this little submatrix here, which is 3P minus 1, 3. Okay, so that's 2 times, and we've got P squared minus 6, so P squared plus 6. Then it's 2 times 3P minus 2 times minus 1, so that's minus 2. So 3P minus 2 plus 4 times 9 minus, so plus P. So expanding all of that is 2P squared plus 12 plus 6P minus 4 plus 36 plus 4P. Gathering everything up, we've got a quadratic. It's 2P squared plus 10P, and in total then it's plus 44, I guess. 44. Okay, so we need to show that that quadratic is never equal to 0. Now, we know how to do that, right? It's a quadratic. How do you show that a quadratic is never 0, i.e. has no roots? Well, you could just find them and show they're complex, or you could just evaluate the discriminant. So we could say b squared minus 4ac for that quadratic is 10 squared minus 4 times 2 times 44. What is that? That is 100 minus 352, which is minus 252. That's a negative determinant, and therefore no real solutions, or no real roots of the equation if you set it equal to 0. So that means there is no real value of P for which this matrix is singular, so it's non-singular. By the way, if you're thinking, what about complex values? Well, yes, that's true. In our study of matrices, we are only interested in real valued matrices. Matrices with complex numbers, very interesting, very cool, but well beyond what we're looking at now. Let's have a go at another. So for which values of K is B singular? So pause the video and have a go at this yourself if you're feeling confident. Okay, so let's find the determinant, and we'll figure out then when that's equal to 0. So it's K minus 3 multiplied by the determinant of this matrix, which is K minus 2 minus 1 and K plus 1. So plus minus, so it's minus 2, so plus 2, times the determinant of the numbers excluding the ones in the same row and column as that minus 2. So that's 1 minus 2 minus 2 K plus 1. And then plus 0 times all of this. We'll write it in for completeness, but we know that stuff is just going to be 0. Okay, so what do we get? We get K minus 3 multiplied by K times K plus 1, which is K squared plus K, minus 2. Then 2 times K plus 1 minus, so just minus 4. So K plus 1 minus 4 is K minus 3. And then we've got a 0 here. Okay, we want to know for which values that is singular. Well, this, if we expand it all, it would be a cubic, but look, we can see a factor of k minus 3, which is good. So I'm going to factorize that out, leaving me with k squared plus k minus 2 and plus 2. So those cancel, leaving me with k minus 3 and k squared plus k. And I can factorize out a k from that. So it's k times k minus 3 times k plus 1. So the values of k for which this is singular are k equals 0, k equals 3, and k equals minus 1. Now, that's a good thing to check, and I'd recommend you check that sort of thing with a calculator, and I'll show you how to do that in the next video.